Hey, this is Winston Zeddemore, CEO of Zeddemore Industries and member of the original Ghostbuster team. You're listening to Why We Bust, brought to you by the Windy City Ghostbusters and Memoriam Development. We're talking about members in the community and giving back. So suit up, shut your traps, dial in your PKE, and keep busting. Because it still feels good. And before you ask, no, I did not catch the number of that ghost train. Sorry, I missed it.
That was great.
That's awesome.
Well, you know what? Maybe there's a next time to catch that number. So, hey, everybody, welcome back to Why We Bust, brought to you by your Windy City Ghostbusters and Memoriam Development. Tonight, we are joined by Bryce and Terri of the Sioux Empire Ghostbusters. Long time lurking in the comments. We are so excited to have you guys with us tonight. So, welcome officially to Why We Bust.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us tonight. This is awesome.
I'm so glad to have you guys. So what I want you to do, I want to hear more about the Sioux Empire Ghostbusters. What are some of the charities that you guys support?
Ladies first.
Right now, one of our current projects that we're working on is we are working with the Starlight Foundation, the Ghostbusters Give Back, which we're super happy to be on board with. It's a wonderful cause to give kiddos that are in the hospital something fun and exciting and Ghostbustery to, wear when they're stuck in the hospital. I think that's awesome.
I am definitely on board with that. I mean, to know that we're, you guys individually and us as a whole are contributing to something that's bigger than us. It's easy to get wrapped up in our day-to-day lives. And when we see the kids in the flight suit, hospital, I mean, that is just one of the coolest things.
Yeah.
To know that we're giving back to the community and to their experience and hopefully planting the seed of Ghostbusters.
Amen.
Absolutely. Yes.
So I want to hear about Sioux Empire. So how did Sioux Empire get started?
We were founded in August of 2024. We had really just enjoyed the Ghostbuster community. We had been kind of just watching and trying to understand, like, when you're a Ghostbuster, that means you help out other people, and that actually fit in well with my lifestyle. I really enjoy doing Ghostbuster work. I don't take mom vacations or go to the spa. I am a Ghostbuster. That's what I do for fun, and that's what I do for me to feel good. Believe it or not, Bustin' makes me feel good.
That's great. That is great. Bryce, what about you? How did you come into play with Sioux Empire?
Isn't it for the girls?
You know what?
Honestly, it's just the love of Ghostbusters and the franchise. I mean, I grew up with Ghostbusters. I watch the Saturday morning cartoons every year. I still have all my Kenner, toys. I've got the Firehouse, Ecto 1, all the figures. I mean, everything. And it's just kind of snowballed. And, as a lot of Facebook posts that I've seen in the past say, I haven't grown up. I've just gotten better toys.
Isn't that the truth?
It sure is.
Isn't that the truth? I tell you, I sometimes look around and 4 and 5 year old me would be quite impressed with the collection that 44-year-old Matt has amassed.
I'm jealous of your collection, actually.
It's pretty nice.
This is what you see behind me is a very small part of it.
Oh, you went down the rabbit hole then, huh?
Then Matt, your house is my Graceland.
I have gone down the rabbit hole, dug a couple other holes, come out in other places. Some may say too much. Some may say too much, but you know what? When you love something, it transcends being a hobby, which is one of the reasons that, that I personally joined Windy City was because I wanted something else, like I can stare at my collection all I want, but wearing a proton pack around the house is only so much fun for so long until like people start, you're out you're watering your front lawn and wearing a proton pack in a flight suit and people are like, what is he doing? So you gotta have somewhere to go with it, right? So
Right, yes.
So what type of events does Sioux Empire do?
Oh, golly, we've done all kinds of stuff in the short time that we've been a team. It's been less than a year, and we've done parades, we've done birthday parties, we've been out to the Wonderverse a couple times. We have been to the baseball park out here, the Canaries game. We've been to cons and fandom fests, and
we've met Joe
podcasts.
Cirillo.
Nice.
We did an event down in Sioux City where their special guest was Joe Cirillo. And I'll tell you what a treat that was to meet him. SuperCon last year, which is our local con here in Sioux Falls. We had Billy Bryan up here, which, as any Ghostbuster fan knows, was the fabricator and actor inside of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So that was really cool to meet him too. So yeah, we've just like Terry said, we've only been around just less than a year. August 14th, I think, is our 1 year anniversary. So we're still pretty, green, but just in the short time, we've done a lot of cool things, and we look forward to doing a lot more in the future.
Yeah. Like many other Buster teams, we've acquired the 501c3 status, which is fantastic because that shows people that we want to be completely transparent with funds and where they go and how they're used and what we're doing and stuff. And so I enjoy using our social media to get out there, like where we're going, who we're helping, and that kind of thing. And, it's been a great amount of support from Busters all over the nation, all over the world to know that they're all behind us and what we're doing.
Yep.
It is such a huge community once you start looking into it, isn't it?
It is. Yes. It really is.
It is.
I
mean, and everybody, and a big shout out and thanks to everybody who spearheaded I just had it. whoyougonacall.org.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I love that. Yes, I plug it all the
time. You gotta, because sometimes people don't realize there are Ghostbuster groups right in your area, and for all of your Ghostbuster needs, there is a team super close.
Yep.
Right.
So it's amazing. So again, shout out and thanks to all the guys that are a part of that. And if you're watching, we love you and we thank you for doing that.
2 thumbs up, guys.
So you guys are in your first year of doing this, and I really want to say congratulations on the 501c3 because
Thank you.
It can be an interesting path to walk down to get everything going and to finalize all of it. So I really commend you guys for following through with that and getting that going, because like you said, part of that's accountability. It's hey, we're a legitimate group. We are here to give back.
Right. We're here to help. Yes. Yep. And whether we're raising funds and or just promoting whatever the cause is, we love doing it, whether we earn funds or money from it or not. We just love showing up in our flight suits and having fun.
Amen.
Exactly. So what do you think were some of the biggest hurdles to kind of getting the group started?
Oh, interest. I mean, just Sioux Falls in South Dakota and in large part is not a huge state as far as population goes. Sioux Falls is the largest city in South Dakota, and I think we're just under or maybe just over 200,000 people. So a little bit of interest, just, getting the word out. Unfortunately, having Facebook, brought up, taken down several times. I'm sure a lot of our Ghostbuster family has dealt with that. So, just getting the word out has been one of the biggest hurdles, and, finances, things like that. It's, we always want things now. We always want that instant gratification, but we just, you have to learn in a group like this, that as young as we are, things will come. It's going to take time, and we just have to keep boots and wheels on the ground, and we just have to keep fighting the good fight.
That's right. Rubber on the ground.
It's so true.
Our team is not just a team of Ghostbusters. We are the family that busts together. I have seen so much care for each other in these events that we've done. And it's just so nice to know that we've got a great system of support within our team, as small as it is. Yep. And we have a bunch of junior busters. There are more junior busters than grown-up busters
yes, there are. Yep.
Really? That's awesome.
Yep.
There's almost, I think, 15 kiddos that are on board with our Junior Buster program.
Yep. We are just starting to unveil our junior program, and we're going to be getting a patch together so the juniors can have a patch along with us. And as Terri said, I think there's 15 juniors, and I think there's 5 or 6 of us adults. So by and large part, we're very outnumbered by our kids, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
That really is. And that's something that I always love to talk about is passing it on, is that passing of the torch.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it with my kids and planted the seed of Ghostbusters. I know a lot of our members and friends who have kids have planted that seed. It can be a family thing, or you know what? Sometimes, parents might be like, "Oh yeah, Ghostbusters is cool," but they have a kid that is super into it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And being able to kind of bring them into the fold,
Mm-hmm.
and letting them experience some of what we're able to is amazing.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. That's how we got some honorary busters. We've had little ones that are super fans, and we love them dearly. So they and their families became honorary busters, and we let them know when we're having events and stuff like that. And they always say hi when they're online and things. And, it's nice to know that we have that kind of support too from those families as well. We just love them so much.
Now, do you guys, for the honorary, do you have like a certificate that you give them?
Yep, yes. We will give them a certificate, and if I can just have 2 minutes here, we also have what's called our Legacy Award, which is just someone who maybe doesn't want to be in the fandom, but just does something for our group. And I have to say that Terri's dad, before he passed on about a year ago, and I'm going to probably get choked up talking about this, was super instrumental in getting her going. And, we made him one of our one and only so far legacy member, just because of his love for Terri and his love for our group and our team and all of us, and just getting us going. So, kudos to George, and, may he rest in peace. And it was a wonderful thing that we got that going too.
Yeah, that was such a surprise. My dad got the first ever Egon Spengler Legacy Award from the team.
Yep, that's what we call it, the Egon Spengler Legacy Award.
That is, like, I'm starting to tear up a little bit. I'm glad that you guys are doing something like that, because it's something that's a little bit different. I think that sometimes setting a benchmark for other teams, possibly to see what you guys are doing and be like, you know what, that's a really good idea.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's another thing we all do, is we all share ideas with each other.
Right.
And it's just the way we can just all grow and evolve together, constantly learning from each other and stuff.
And, we a lot of the teams around, they do the same thing. It's, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Well, we're always looking at, yes, we're going to, copy another team or, do the same thing another team does, but we're always also looking for new and inventive ways of, making our team stand out and doing something that, is uniquely ours and something that nobody else has done or even thought of.
Hey, it's often said that variety is the spice of life, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
Throw a little something different in there, and what is it? Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yep.
So if somebody takes your idea and runs with it, like I see that as in our community, I see that as being something that is like, hey, we did something good enough that somebody else wants to use it too.
Yep.
Right.
So I definitely commend you guys on doing something like that. And the Junior Buster program is that's a great idea too.
Yep.
So it sounds like you guys are trekking on the right path.
No,
And
we're trying.
well, and I'm in my fourth year of almost fifth year of doing this with Windy City, and I'll tell you there are moments where you kind of look around and you go, what is and there's other moments where it's like, this is friggin' amazing. So there are ups, there are downs, but you guys hit the nail on the head. It ends up being like a family.
Yes.
Right.
In times of trouble, you got guys you can go to, you got girls, you got, it's, everybody's there for each other.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're building your own community of your people, like-minded.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's something that I was searching out for the longest time. It's like, I'm a nerd. Like I have this huge toy collection and I love Ghostbusters, and I ordered that flight suit and I got it and I put it on and I put my spirit pack on and I'm like, yeah, this is cool.
You were born to wear this stuff, I'll tell you.
I was born to wear this stuff. And actually, and it's funny, I'm sure you guys have experienced this too. You look back at some of those the first pictures of you suiting up, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I often go back to it, and I've got this pose where I'm like, yeah, like I look at it and I go, I've come a long way.
I still puff my chest out when I put my flight suit on.
you gotta, but you know what? So what was it like for each of you individually the first time you actually suited up and went and did an event for Sioux Empire? What was that experience like for you?
Well, we Terri and I both came from another team. So we've been doing this for about 3 years now. Sioux Empire, like I said, was just a branch off. We left out of their team just because of creative differences. Nothing,
sure.
Nothing bad. But so like I said, we've been doing this for about 3 years. And to answer your question, it was, speechless. To zip up that flight suit the first time and see your nameplate over here on your chest and see that no-go symbol and the people light up and the kids light up when they see you, and you almost feel like superheroes. I remember one time at SuperCon, and this is one of my favorite memories at SuperCon. Two little girls in like princess outfits, I think it was, came up to us, and they had these little booklets, and they all came up to each one of us and said, "Can we have your autograph?" Man, we felt like absolute rock stars.
They were so cute too. And to have royalty around was just amazing.
Yep.
That's I love that.
Yep.
I love a good autograph story.
Yep.
I have one. I have some baseball cards that we had made up, a few years ago, and I was at a baseball game, and these kids are like, "Can you sign our ball? Can you sign our glove?" And I'm like,
"Awesome!
Hang on." Sign the trading card. Their faces, like it's like you said, it's like being a superhero or a celebrity.
Yes.
Like it.
Yeah.
There's when you do what we do, there's nothing else like it.
Right.
And it's hard to explain to people sometimes, that feeling, isn't it?
It is. If you haven't walked a mile in a cosplayer's shoes and you're not doing it for the right reason, it's really hard to explain it or explain what it feels like to do it.
Very, very true. So Terri, what are some of your thoughts on the first, either with the other team or with Sioux Empire being kind of your team? Like what's your feeling when you get suited up?
Yeah. The way I got introduced to Ghostbusters is when I was younger. They were on the cartoons. My parents wouldn't let me watch the movies, so I didn't have any fun toys from the 80s.
Bad parenting.
Wear a flight suit, at that little age or anything like I've seen some of you folks do. But when I found out that there was a charitable way that I could be a Ghostbuster, I told my dad and my kids, and I was like, I really want to try this. So my dad ordered us all belts. That was the first thing I ever got for my Ghostbusters gear, was a belt. And I put it on and I took my selfies and I showed all my friends. And then slowly but surely we're able to get patches. Eventually my dad got us all packs, all 4 of my kids and myself. He got me a flight suit. He got the little kid flight suits and all this other stuff. And I was just so excited to finally kind of put my belt on and put my pack on my back while I had my flight suit on. And Bryce says I have a different kind of strut when I have my flight suit on.
She does. She does. She struts. She doesn't walk. She struts. She knows she looks good, and she knows that she's. Yep. She
Absolutely.
She does.
I'll tell you that flight suit, it gives you a little bit of confidence, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
When you put it on and you start to zip it up and you kind of hold your head back a little bit, it gets that smile out, right?
Or that.
Does.
Or yeah. Tell me about that.
Well, this pack back here, I'm disabled. I don't know if a lot of your members or followers know that. I'm physically disabled. I'm in a wheelchair. So this pack back here was actually built by a former member of ours, specifically for the purpose of attaching to the back of my wheelchair. So Terri is instrumental in helping me out. She'll come over to my house before an event, and it's harder for me to do things. So she'll help me get my flight suit on. She'll load up all the gear. When we get to the event, she unloads all the gear, helps me put the pack on, take the pack off. When we get home, she, unloads all the gear, helps me get out of the flight suit and all this stuff. But yeah, that was, like I said, built for just specifically for the back of my wheelchair. And I'll tell you, when they presented that to me, I lost my mind.
I'm sure. And I mean, talk about a almost sentimental custom piece of gear for you.
Yep.
Like that is amazing. And Terri, teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right.
Like that's amazing. I mean, to know that you guys can partner up and do that is, I'm sure, an undertaking sometimes, but it makes the experience that much more worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yes. There's been times where his pack was not functional and he's like, I don't really want to go do this event. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Get your flight suit on. We can just put it up as a prop somewhere. We got to show that thing off.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not working well.
Whether working or not, it's still a proton pack.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Throw
it on and start going, man.
Yep.
Kids are still going to enjoy it either way.
No, they do. You have no idea how many people come up to me and say, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. How did you do that? And it's, an hour's worth of conversation with, somebody.
I'm sure it is, because it's something people have really never seen before. Yeah. But it also shows some of the innovation that comes out of our community.
Mm-hmm.
It's you see many styles of packs, and you see many styles of your 84, your video game stuff. I really want to see more Spirits Unleashed packs. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Me and my son just started playing. I took about a year off because my Xbox was on the fritz, and I bought it for $10 on my PlayStation 5, and I'm looking at all the Proton packs and Spirits Unleashed now, and I'm like, man, I really want to go off the deep end and build one of these fully built. Like, it'd be cool. So, but there's all these different styles, right?
Yep.
You, sir, I think may have one of the most innovative and actually functional for you. I think it's amazing.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. It's a mashup of a little bit of everything. I mean, it's got a little bit of 84, a little bit of 89, a little bit of Afterlife. I mean, it actually was built kind of with the gunner seat in mind. So it kind of looks like the gunner seat with with all the different pieces in there. So it's like I said, it's a mashup of a little bit of everything. And, you know, I kind of did that with my wand. I went out and bought a Spangler wand for it. And I rocked that for quite a while, just a regular Spangler wand. And I'm thinking, you know, my gear doesn't look like everybody else's, you know, my flight suit and everything else doesn't look like everybody else's. I don't want my wand to look like everybody else's. So then I went down another rabbit hole and I found a 2009 video game attachment that I put on it. And I'm still not done with that. I'm going to put more hoses on it. I'm going to put more electronics in it. So it's still not done.
Always building and modifying and having fun with that. That's for sure.
Oh, the rabbit hole of the proton pack build.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bryce has kind of inspired me to start up something else for the team, the I Can Bust Too movement. We have busters that are in wheelchairs and other devices. I know a buster that's visually impaired, and I want for everyone to know that no matter what's going on with them, that they can be a Ghostbuster too. So hashtag I Can Bust Too. Put your story on there. We love to hear about your Ghostbuster background and how you work around things. You know, let's get together and chat about how we can just enjoy being busters all together, no matter what.
Yep.
Oh, you guys are gems in our community. I'm just gonna put it out there and say it. Like, you're right. Anybody can be a Ghostbuster, and that's something that I will preach until the day that I tell people to reference this. Till the day that I'm buried in my blue flight suit, I will continue to preach that anybody can be a Ghostbuster. There's no limit to it.
You're in a wheelchair, if you're a little one, if you're a busy mom of four like me, you know, no matter what your background is, we welcome everybody, no matter what.
Yep.
Amazing. So real quick, we got to jump over to the chats because we do have some people that are saying hi here. We've got Miss Builder who says hi. We got Louis Causey says, "What's up, Bryce?"
Hey,
what's up, Louis?
Hi.
We got Graham of Ghostbusters Alba saying hi. This was a little while ago. 1:10 a.m. in Scotland, and I'm tuned in. We appreciate you.
Awesome. Rock on, Scotland.
We got Jason Stansberry saying, "Hey guys." Rodolfo Hernandez. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Jason throwing up a ghost there. Lewis walked a mile in zippered boots. Yeah. Yep. I'll tell you what, and this is I've actually switched for parades to black tennis shoes. Don't tell anybody. But
your secret's safe with me.
I've got scars too.
Yeah, we all do.
I learned my lesson after about my fifth parade in a pair of combat boots. I was like, yeah, this is F44. My back ain't having this. My feet ain't having this. So I got a black pair of Brooks they play the part.
Yep.
So we got let's see here. And this is a good one. From Desmond Maloney, one of the best moments I ever had was a Make-A-Wish walk. We had a kid in a wheelchair come up to us, and his mom said he was so excited. Told him about Extreme Ghostbusters and how Garrett was a buster and used a mobility chair, and he just lit up, and his mom said they were going to buy the DVDs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. And that's kind of how I kind of model my Ghostbusters experience is kind of through Garrett. I don't tell anybody this, and please chat, everybody, don't judge me, but I never watched the Extreme Ghostbusters, but I do know of Garrett, and that's kind of what I use as my inspiration is Garrett. And one thing that we are holding top secret, so, you know, if I tell you guys, you know, keep it on the down low, but one of our members is actually building me the Extreme Ghostbusters trap so I can attach it to like the hubs of my wheels or something like that, or maybe attach it to a strap on my leg or something like that. So like I said, I'm always trying to figure out different ways of, you know, making my gear my own.
That's awesome. I can't
Love
wait
it.
to see that.
Love it. And I don't know if you guys have anything to drink over there, but we do have a hydrate in the chats. So
hydrate.
Oh boy.
No, we don't. But that's all right.
Yes, have some. All right. So, and Lewis said here, where'd you guys get the idea for the design of your logo?
That is a good question. So this logo is actually the flag of Sioux Falls. So the blue, let me see. Terry, can you bring up the flag of Sioux Falls on wikis, just so I can kind of
Sure.
go through exactly what it means, because the blue has a meaning, the little river here has a meaning, and the red has a meaning. Terry's going to bring that up, and I'll let you guys know exactly what that is, but it is actually molded after the flag of Sioux Falls
and South Dakota. It's a combination of the two plus Moogly.
Okay, so what it is, the flag of Sioux Falls consists of a zigzag pattern of thin white and blue lines, which divides an upper blue portion and a lower pinkish red portion, and a yellow sun in the upper left corner. The zigzag represents the namesake falls of the Big Sioux River, and the blue color and the sun allude to the flag of South Dakota. The pinkish red portion represents the Sioux quartzite nearby, and the upper direction of the design represents the growth of Sioux Falls. The red, white, and blue colors included in the flag are also a reference to the flag of the United States, while maintaining city and state pride.
And the Buffalo Bills, because that's where I'm originally from.
We don't talk about that.
I can try.
But that's basically where the idea came from. We were throwing around a whole bunch of different names, like the Great Plains Ghostbusters, because the Great Faces Ghostbusters, because the state motto of South Dakota was Great Faces, Great Places. So we kind of were playing with that. But then I found this and the flag of Sioux Falls. I lived here all my life, and I really didn't know we had a city flag. But I'm like, that's really kind of cool. Can we do something with that? And Paxton, our president, came up with this iteration, and I was like, dude, that's our patch.
It's unique. And I think that's one cool thing about our community is we grew up with two logos, right?
Yep.
Ghostbusters 1.
Yep.
And Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
So to see all the individual team logos now representing all the different franchises is
creativity.
Oh man, I may have a slight patch. I may have a slight patch problem. It's okay.
Do you have one of ours, by the way?
I do not have one of yours. We'll
get you one. We're gonna get you one.
Yes.
I need to get one.
We're gonna get you.
But it was when I was at the Firehouse for the Frozen Empire premiere. It was like, hey, here I have a patch. Here I have a patch. I got back to the hotel. I'm like, holy, that's like 10 patches. Right? But it was when I laid them all out. I'm like, this is, and I think that may have been one of the first moments where it really hit me was like, yeah, there's a bunch of teams out here, but each individual team, really has its own identity.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
And that's something that's really cool. And being able to share it from group to group to group, I think is amazing too. And again, the sharing of ideas and now with the Ghostbusters Give Back initiative, it gives us a little bit of competition, but it's such a friendly competition that we all want to see everybody do good.
Yes.
Like I want Windy City to be at the top, but I'll tell you what, I don't care. I just want to make money for these kids.
That's exactly right.
Who knew there'd be a bunch of people dressing up in flight suits giving back to communities? Never would have thought of it when I watched the first movie.
This fandom is not about who can raise more money or who can be better at this or who can be better at that. I don't care if you're Windy City and you raise $100,000 or you're the Sioux Empire Ghostbusters who have barely raised $200. We're all in it together. We all are, we back each other up. We help each other out. So I couldn't be more proud of being part of this fandom.
Yep. And I'm sad. I'm sad that I missed you guys at Wonderverse. I had something going on where I was not able to be there.
I was not able to be there. It's very hard for me to travel being disabled. So I do leave it up to her and Paxton, our president, to travel and be our spokespeople for the group. So I'm jealous that I haven't gotten to the Wonderverse or the Firehouse yet, but that's a bucket list trip.
I will just say this from experience. Put the Firehouse here and Wonderverse somewhere here. Firehouse first, buddy. Firehouse.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Because I can tell you from experience, the first time that I saw it with my own eyes, I froze.
Oh, I bet.
And I just stared.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's almost like something of dreams.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Your childhood kind of comes together. It culminates into this one moment.
It does. And it was kind of funny because I'm standing there looking at the firehouse, and I looked at the side streets, and I'm like, this isn't what I pictured it looking like around it, because you don't really see what's around it. Like it just was not
right.
what
You're always watching the action of the ecto coming and going out of the firehouse.
Exactly. So I wasn't paying attention. So it was really cool to see actually where it was located, and just to be able to get kind of that vibe that things happened here. Like part of my childhood came from here. So that's why I'm telling you, firehouse on bucket list is up here. You gotta do that. So
I'm actually kind of surprised that more teams like in the LA area haven't done something with the firehouse downtown LA where they did all the interior shots.
So
like a Ghostbusters day down there too.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see something like that. So LA, if you're watching, take some notes. No, I know they had. It's hard to keep track of everything in the Ghostbusters fandom. I know they had something going on with it. I know that I believe, redid the entire interior.
Yes, I think they did. I think they turned it into like a community center or something like that now.
Yeah, that's my understanding. But again, LA, if you're watching,
yep.
You got
Goals, LA, come on.
Goals, LA.
Make us proud.
Yep. So
I'm so glad that you got to go there. That's fantastic. I was just talking with Bryce and Pack the other day about how in Frozen Empire, they went kind of back in time in reference to old-timey firehouse at the fire hall. And, those folks that volunteer and work there at the fire hall, they were there for ground zero, September 11th. And I'm just so glad that they kind of tapped into previous Ghostbuster history and also previous history of how those folks might have possibly tried to help with whatever happened in the area back at that time. I hope we get more like retro Ghostbuster-y stuff, because I really enjoyed that.
I know. I can remember sitting in the theater and watching it for the first time and just thinking, like, this is so cool. Mm-hmm. I was just there, but this is years ago. This is so cool.
Yeah, I was too young in '84. I was only 3 years old at the time. So a couple of years ago, our state theater actually showed Ghostbusters on the big screen, and I tell you what, my 5-year-old self went absolutely berserk seeing it on the big screen for the first time.
So Bryce, you and I are the same age. We discussed earlier. So I was told that I was taken to the drive-in to go see it.
Oh, nice.
At 3 years old. 2.5, 3, yeah, probably about 3 years old. So, I obviously have no memories of that. But what are your guys? And now I know, Terri, you said it was kind of the cartoons. Is that the same for you, Bryce? Where your first experience with Ghostbusters was the cartoons?
Yeah, probably the cartoons. I mean, I probably did watch the movie when I was little, but I do remember getting up Saturday morning, in your PJs, eating cereal right in front of the TV, and having a Ghostbusters cartoon marathon. At 44, I still have those.
Yep.
Typical.
Yep. Not gonna lie, it's happened here too.
I'm not proud enough to not admit it.
Yep. I can agree. Now, you said you haven't watched Extreme Ghostbusters?
I have not watched the Extreme.
Okay.
I need to.
So here's Firehouse, Extreme Ghostbusters is somewhere in there.
Yep. That's gonna message me now, and he's gonna quiz me later on this.
No. I'm one of those guys. I can remember a lot of the iconic movie lines and stuff, but like some of the smaller stuff, like it's gonna get past me. Like, when you get into the real Ghostbusters stuff, I remember a lot from the episodes, but I'm not the kind of guy that can remember individual episode names and things like that. Like, I watch it to enjoy it, and I will tell you, Extreme Ghostbusters, I've watched it 2 times, end to end. It is, I think, the unsung hero of Ghostbusters animation. Like, it's pure late 90s.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Which in a lot of ways is good. And since you haven't seen it, Bryce, it is on your to-do list. I'm giving you an assignment. It is a mission.
Yes, sir.
The frozen Sioux Empire for at least 6 months out of the year.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes we go below 0 for a whole month. So that'll be something fun to do
only
in the
a month?
winter.
Only a month?
Sometimes.
It's like 3 months.
I'll just say I'm almost jealous because here in Illinois, the winters have really disappointed me lately. Like my kids are like, "Is it going to be a snow day? Is it going to be a snow day?" And it's like a quarter of an inch, and I'm like, "These are not the snow days that I remember." So
come to South Dakota, Matt.
Yeah.
Come on out to South Dakota where you're getting 4 feet of snow and 40 to 60 below. That's just regular air temp. That's not even counting wind chill yet.
I've heard the story.
Empire and stay because you can't find your car.
Oh,
we've always said we're either hardy or stupid or a little bit of both.
It's like, yeah, I'd hate to move out of Illinois. Like, I love Illinois, and that's something that, like, I'm sure you guys experience too. It's like you love where you're from.
Yep.
Then that's being a hometown kind of person. And actually, somebody brought up in the chat here is Desmond Maloney. The entire Extreme Ghostbusters series is on sale on Amazon streaming for $9.99.
Oh,
man.
And I've got Prime too, so I guess I know what I'm doing after the stream.
Yep.
That's a great deal. Thanks for the tip.
Thanks, chat. Thanks for blowing 10 more bucks, chat.
Oh man, that's great.
You really could donate it to our cause. We really want to have $10 more for our friends.
Yeah, that's probably true.
At Starlight.
That's true.
There you go.
Yep.
Ideas. I like it. So what's next up for Sioux Empire? What else do you guys have left planned for the year? Anything big going on?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Coming up in early August on the 6th, we're going to be out at the airport area, and we're going to be doing Aviation Day. It combines STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and math, with flight. And it's going to be our first time there, so I'm excited to see what it's all about.
Yep.
And then September 19th through 21st, we have SuperCon. It's their Decade of Dreams. So 10 years of SuperCon.
I can't believe SuperCon's been going on for 10 years already.
Yeah, and that's our big con in the area, so we're stoked about that. And spooky season is coming up in October.
Things ramp up.
All kinds of, I love Ghostbustery fun.
Yep, things ramp up. We have a lot of things cooking for spooky season. So we have Zubu that we're interested in doing. We're interested in going to do Fright Nights at like the Birdcage. Our local baseball team is called the Canaries here. So they call their stadium the Birdcage. They have a Fright Night. We're thinking about doing that. We have a bike trail here that they do a Halloween trunk or treat kind of thing. We're going to be doing trunk or treats. So, yep, August, September, October, we really start to ramp up.
Yeah, even in December when it's really super cold here, we have the Downtown Sioux Falls Parade of Lights, which is super cold but super fun because you can see all of our gear glowing.
Both of the years, the last 2 years, I was in the hospital, be having surgery the last 2 years. So hoping I'm going to be able to hit this one.
You're gonna do it. I can feel it now.
I'm hoping.
Maybe you can get a grown-up sized gown to wear from Starlight Foundation.
Oh, stop it.
Wait, is
That
that
would be a little cold in the South Dakota winter.
is it? Do we know? Is that a thing? Because I'll tell you what, if for some reason I get stuck in a hospital, I need that.
Yep.
Right?
I'm gonna have somebody pushing me in my gurney down the streets in the parade of lights. I'm not missing it this year.
And
We hope
that
we can do it this year.
that is dedication right there.
That's right.
No matter what, just get me there.
Yep.
We'll figure it out.
Yep.
Terri, as long as you walk alongside with the IV cart, I think we'll be good. But we're not even going to go there.
Gal right here.
We're not even going to go there. You're going to be fine. Everything's going to be great. But isn't that amazing when October comes, all of the events that are possible for a team? Like before I got involved in that, I didn't realize. I mean, I knew you could, insert a Ghostbusters group here, but I didn't realize how needed we are during October. I mean, it's request after request after. It's amazing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We've got toy drives that we're thinking about getting involved with.
Countdown City Geeks.
Countdown City Geeks. Shout out. School drives. I know that we have talked to, I don't know if you're familiar with Red Robin. It's a food chain.
Great purpose.
And they are wanting to have us out at an event where they raise money for us. A certain percentage of all their food sales will go to us. So we're talking to Red Robin and doing that too. So we have a lot of things.
Really cool.
We have a lot of things on the books. It's just getting them going and getting them, scheduled and things like that. It's just we can't do everything all at once.
Right. You have to really be careful of having Ghostbuster burnout. For as much as you love the movies, you really have to know when to just put the pause on stuff, focus on yourself, focus on your family, whatever you need to do so that you can become refreshed and you don't get really burned out.
Yep.
I think that's an important thing to remember. Like quick Ghostbusters PSA is, as much fun as doing events can be and being around your community and being around your friends and what ends up becoming your family.
Yep.
And I've seen it, I've experienced it. You can get to a point of burnout where, you almost take on too much, you do too much. Yep. So those are some very wise words there is know your limits, take care of yourself. You know what? The team is still going to be there when you're ready.
Right.
But definitely self-care is something that doesn't get talked about enough.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not 20 something anymore. I'm 46. So even though up here I'm still really young, the rest of me is like, LOL, nope.
Yeah. We still run around like we're 20, but we're really not. And our bodies remind us of that every day.
Oh, ain't that the truth? I'll tell you from personal experience, walking a parade with the proton pack, however many miles we do, by the time you get to the end of that parade, you're spent.
Yeah. In my situation, pushing
exactly
9, 10, 12 blocks, even a mile, 2 miles even, I'm spent by the time I'm done.
Oh yeah, Bryce manually pushes. And when he gets to a hill, I kind of watch him and I try to come up behind him and give him some pushes. And then, once we get to the top of the hill, he's like, oh, this will be easy. You can't even tell it's a slope. And he's like, all of a sudden he's just cruising.
Yep. I wish all parades were downhill.
Ahead of us in the parade.
So here in Illinois, we do a parade over here in St. Charles, and there's a long coast down, and all the members are like, oh, this isn't so bad. But then you get to the bottom of the hill, it evens out. Then it goes back up.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
So Bryce, you would have a blast with the beginning of that. Let me tell you, because there ain't no. But yeah, it's and even for anybody just going back up that hill, it's you start and I think it's like a mile and a half, 2 miles. By the end of that, everybody's like, all right, see you later. You're going.
That's a reason I lift weights and I try to stay as in good a shape as I can so I can continue to do stuff like this too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I got muscles too, but like the cartoon, it shows up here for the brief second, then it flops down on the underside of my arm.
The old Bugs Bunny routine.
Yeah.
Yep. Holding it up from behind. Oh yeah. Well, it sounds like you guys have got a lot of fun stuff that's planned for the rest of the year here.
We have a good time.
I am glad. So we'll do a couple personal things. So what between the two, what's your favorite Ghostbusters movie? Out of all of them, what's your favorite?
Do I have to choose?
So,
are you holding a gun to my head, Matt?
No. So what would be your top one?
Probably the original. I mean, all of them are great movies, but you just can't bottle the magic of the first movie.
Nope. Lightning in a bottle.
Right. They all have their thing. Yeah. I also like the original Ghostbusters, and I enjoyed how it came back in 2016 with Answer the Call. Mm-hmm. It ushered in a whole new level of fandom, and I don't think it gets enough credit with some, but it is what it is. We have our people that like it and people that are kind of not liking it, but I do like it.
Yep,
it's different. You know?
There's been a lot of hate with it. Go ahead.
I'm on board with it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't my most favorite movie, but I have to give it one thing, and it did usher in a new generation of Ghostbuster fans. And without 2016, we would not have Afterlife. We would not have Frozen Empire. We would not have, the Netflix animated series has been talked about for God knows how long. And, Dan Aykroyd has even teased more movies and more spinoffs and more things. And so without that 2016 movie, Ghostbusters might have died with 1989.
Yeah. You're preaching the truth there. I mean, it really is. 2016, I think, because of the amount of buzz that it created, whether negative or positive, it put Ghostbusters back into the spotlight, right?
Yes.
So it got people talking about it. And for the people that enjoyed it, it was like, hey, I want more of this.
Yep. For
the people that didn't enjoy it, it was, hey, I don't like this, but I want this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Sony really did kind of listen and thank the proton packs they did, because I'll tell you what, Afterlife was I think what the community really needed to get us all back into something that we loved as a kid, that we enjoy, and that we're going to continue to enjoy.
Yeah.
What a fan letter to all of us fans that Afterlife was.
I think Afterlife is going to be one of those movies where it doesn't get old.
Right.
Like 84, you can go back to it anytime.
Yep.
Ghostbusters 2 is another one of those movies where it's kind of timeless. You can go back to it. Yeah. But Afterlife, I think, is going to hold up, I think, just as well as 84 did. Yep. It does. It's not the lightning in a bottle formula, right? But it's got so much heart to it and so much fun.
Right.
Like to watch the kids kind of come into their own with realizing, what's going on, and just the amount of fun that surrounds, and having younger kids involved in the movie.
Yes.
Hopefully that, brings on more generations as kids and teens and things are exposed to it, because that's what fuels our membership.
Yep. That's why we got 15 juniors on ours.
Yep. The more the merrier.
Right.
It's just incredible how Dan Aykroyd took his personal family history of paranormal and stuff like that, and he tried to bring it into something that was in a movie that we could almost relate to. I think that's pretty wild.
I will agree with you. And Kyle Oldham here said Frozen Empire was great. Yes. I will agree Frozen Empire was great, but what I will say is I can only watch it once every few months.
Mm-hmm.
I could put 84 on loop
Yep.
and be fine.
Yep.
Frozen Empire, I come back to it every few months. I watch it. It's a great movie, but it's not a movie that I can sit down and watch all the time.
Right. Right.
And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah. Right.
But I will tell you, just quick one. When I was down at the firehouse, one of the coolest experiences I had was they had the Mercedes there with the proton pack rack. I don't really think we got down there super early. I don't think we were really supposed to be there. We ended up running into McKenna Grace and hanging out with her for a few minutes.
Awesome.
But the driver of the Mercedes was like, "Oh yeah, take a look at it." He's pulling his stuff out. I'm like, "Oh." Like, this is so cool. Like, it was that was one of the coolest. But I mean, and it's part of that movie magic thing, right? You see something on screen and it looks so cool, but and I'm looking at this stuff and I'm looking at the traps that are in there and I'm like, those are the same traps you can buy at Target and Walmart.
Yep.
But you don't catch that stuff because it's so fast on the screen and that movie magic thing. But that's one of the great things about movies is they show you what you would need to see and what you want to see, and just the behind the scenes of the movie stuff is always really cool. So again, Bryce, Firehouse up here.
Yep.
Did you see the Statue of Liberty when you were in New York?
I did not this trip. When I was 18, I took a trip to Rome and I actually flew right past it and I was able to see it then. So I didn't have time to go see it this time.
Cool.
Maybe
it's so big.
It wasn't popping for a weekend with the Jolly Green Giant, was it?
No, not that time. But I'd love to make it back to New York. I'd love to actually, I'd love to meet up with all the guys that do the tour out there and just go see the filming locations and things, because
Yes.
I think that'll complete my Ghostbusters experience. So, but
That's amazing.
let's cross our fingers for another movie.
Yes.
Hopefully within the next few years.
Yep.
And may we all meet at the Firehouse and Bryce Firehouse.
Amen.
Yeah.
You'll see me there one of these years, believe me.
I love it. Well, that's going to conclude tonight's episode of Why We Bust. But that brings up the important question, Bryce and Terri, why do you bust?
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Great answer. I love it. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Bryce and Terri, this has been an amazing interview. I thank you both for coming on and sharing some of your experiences, not only personal, but also with Sioux Empire. From me and from Windy City, we wish Sioux Empire the best of luck. And if you ever need anything, you've got a whole community and you got Windy City to ask questions. We are more than happy to give you guys some guidance, especially with the 501c3. Go back. We did an episode not too long ago with a few members or a few teams that did have the 501c3 representation. So again, I wish you guys the best of luck in doing this, and
Thank you.
keep on busting.
Well,
All
thank you, Matt,
right.
for having us, and thank you, Windy City Ghostbusters, and it was our pleasure to be on tonight.
Absolutely. All right, folks, that's a wrap. So keep a lookout for our Facebook posts of when we're going to do our next episode. We are going to be going to a bi-weekly format here because I'll tell you what, that self-care thing, weekly it gets to be a little much. So we're going to start going to a bi-weekly format here, but keep a lookout on Facebook, Why We Bust, and go on all of our socials. Like us, subscribe where you can, and we can't wait to see you in the next episode here. So stay safe, and we will see y'all next time.
Bye from the Sioux Empire.
Bye, guys.